Okay, here I am. Guess who had this muted the whole time I had been chatting with you? So, can you hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me. Tiffany will let me know if she can't. So I'm going to go back to where I was. I was just chatting with you for a couple minutes, not realizing that you couldn't hear anything I was saying. So I'm very excited to be here. I'm so thrilled to be part of this week 2 of Power Jam. Just the fact that you all are here means that you, oh, good, I'm on. Yay. Okay, so success. All right, that was way harder than I thought it was going to be. So note to self, whoever does this next week, make sure you unmute yourself because I've been talking for 10 minutes and no one could even hear me. So anyway, I'm excited to be here. I'm so thrilled to be part of this second week. You all have done an amazing job. I'm going to jump right into the lesson because I know a lot of you are tired. We had a long night with Summit last night for those that were able to go. The emotions of the new Disney collection by Jamberry. Oh my goodness, like I just am amazed, amazed by this. Those of you that are on our team page, I think you've seen my mind blown comment several times. Like just the fact that Jamberry could get not 1 or 2 or 3, but 21 designs approved, and Disney. Like Disney is one of the biggest licensees or licensors of, however the term is, companies, period, in the world. So just the fact that Jamberry is now has this relationship with Disney just is amazing, like absolutely amazing. So speaking of, here's my picture of my family, my husband Todd and my 3 children, Karis, Carter, and Cooper, and my mom and dad were in Disney this last May. So that was something that I was one of my whys, something that I wanted to do for my family with Jamberry. So I was able to take them on a trip to Disney World. It was a dream, a magical trip, and I really wish I would have had Disney jams when I went. I did the best I could with black and white polka, poppy and white polka. Anyway, enough of that. So I've been a senior executive for a while now. I reached executive in November of 2014, and then I joined February of 2014. So I'm coming up on my 2-year Jamiversary on the 15th, and today is actually Tiffany's 2-year Jamiversary. So she is my sponsor and my real life best friend. So we joined just a couple of days apart, and doing this journey with a good friend is one of the best things that you can do. It just makes it so much more fun. Like it needs to be more fun, but it's just amazing being on this journey with friends. So I will jump ahead to our next slide. I am really excited at a lot of the successes that you guys told me that we did ahead of time. I did that ahead of time because I don't really have any way to read them or have you share them while we're on air. But I saw amazing things. I saw that you all were learning to manage your time. You were actually using your power hour more effectively. Parties were being booked, recruiting calls, making new friendships, just a lot of amazing things that I was just so thrilled to see and glad that week 1 was so successful for you all and that you actually got something from this. You worked hard, you got what you put into it, and that just makes me very proud of you. So you are here to week 2, which is really exciting. So today we are going to talk about connecting with people, and then organizing your calendar, working with different personality styles, and then focusing on other people. Jamberry is really a people-driven business. You know, you have to be able to relate with people a little bit in order to be able to do this, even online. You know, like the power of exclamation points is amazing. You could be in your pajamas, hair a mess, hadn't showered in 3 days, but you are like the queen of sales because you can use capitalization, you can use exclamation points, you can use lots of emojis. That is just still dealing with people and knowing what they might need. So let's see where we are. So last week we talked about us, what we can achieve and how we can make it happen. And being a strong leader is about being focused on others. So no matter the size of your team, no matter whether you have one or whether you have 1,000, you're still a leader. You're leaders as moms, as wives, as people, all the different aspects of your life. But you're a leader in Jamberry, even if there's no one in your downline, you're a leader because you now have customers that you are teaching and that are following you. So being a leader is about being focused on others. So focus on the good parts of what you're doing. This is kind of what we talked about last week. Instead of icking all over yourself by 9 a.m., oh, ick, I didn't do the dishes last night. My hair is a mess. I still haven't lost 5 pounds or 30 in my case that I wanted to lose by Maui, or 5 would have been good. I can ick on myself. We need to start empowering others. What can we do for others? We do that, but we have to empower ourselves as well. So as Tiffany talked about last week, claim your greatness. Use Power Jam as an opportunity to be empowered by others' wins and claim your own wins as victories. So that was something that you all did that I saw through all the successes that you posted, the things that you realized that you were doing well and were a success and that you were happy with. And that made me happy. That made my heart happy to see you all succeeding. That's what this is all about. We succeed when others succeed. And no matter whose downline you're in, no matter what team you're on, your success makes all of us as leaders happy. So we need to be thinking about how can we serve other people? How can I be focused on other people rather than me? Yes, we need to take care of ourselves, but we need to be thinking about other people in this business as well. As John Maxwell said, people who fail forward are able to see errors or negative experiences as a regular part of life. Learn from them and then move on. So I felt so bad that I saw a couple of the comments about people. I think Samantha had posted about somebody she had been talking to about joining her team, signed up under somebody else, and Erin had that happen too. I had that happen once as well. Yeah, that's frustrating. That's one of those, a gut punch, as she put it. But, now we just need to move on from that. Like, hey, we lost that one, but there's a lot more fish in the sea, and now it's time to go out and find a new recruit. So, even if people didn't make it to this particular lesson, that's okay, because that's okay. People have things that happen in life. Life happens, craziness happens. Sometimes we'll fail. That's not a failure. Like, sometimes life has to be more important than this. But just the fact that they tried, they even took that attempt, that you all may not even finish this course, but that's okay. You took the attempt and you tried, and is what's really exciting to me. So this is something that's in here. We're just going to kind of cover this quickly because there's a lot of information tonight and I don't want to take a long time. So this is just talking about your parties. You may have heard this or may not have heard this before, but this is something that Holly teaches about how to divide your parties up. So let's talk about your party. Online parties, one-on-one connections, or home parties are all wonderful. People want a reason to come together. People love to party, and you are part of a company that likes to party. So yes, we like to party, but we also have to party because that's where the sales come from. So without parties, without sales, you have no business. So what we need to be thinking about is having a 70-30 concept. So 70% of one type of party, 30% of another type of party. So when I started, one of the things that drew me to Jamberry was the fact that I could do 100% of my business online if I wanted to. And I did. The first 9 months of my business, I did almost 100% online. Things were different back then. Jamberry was the first company that really figured out how to run online parties. So I did that, and I had more than I could handle, and I was doing 5 and 6 at a time. It was absolutely insane, absolutely insane. But then that fall, October, November, December, I started doing vendor events, and I started getting the opportunity to do in-home parties, and I absolutely loved them. So I have switched from probably 90% online and 10% in-home and vendor events to a good 70% in-home and events and live demonstrations to a 30% online. So whatever you do, however your life looks, whatever is the best fit for you, try to have a good balance of the two different types. You don't know what the weather could be, where you couldn't get to an in-home party, but you could possibly flip it and do an online party. But what you're going to want to be doing is just focusing on a new way to communicate with people. You want your parties to be fun and fast and engaging, and to have people say, oh, I love the way you run this party. I want to party with you. So you want to create connections with people, be talking with them, building relationships while you are partying with them, whether you're in home or whether you're online. Like it says here, everything happens at a party. This is where we get our sales, we get our new bookings, we get new recruits. We're finding new people that might want to join our team. So a guest should walk away and be like, this is fun and easy. This is something I want to do. And if I can make some money and recruit people to do it, then I want to be a part of this. And that's really exciting to me. So that's a whole topic, partying, all of that we can find on our workstation. So now we want to talk a little bit about how we connect with the people that we have met. So even if you're an expert at connecting, it's something you want to keep working on, because that's really what this business is about. You want to be able to meet people, have them be your customers, and be part of your circle of influence. So connecting is about attracting and not attacking people. So we saw a really good example of some attacking today in all of the different Disney groups. People are like, 1,000 posts, buy from me, here's my link, here's my website. And if you're on my team, I had posted for our Top Tip Tuesday about just staying classy. We just want to be really classy consultants that build relationships with people, that they are like, hey, I want to buy from her. I want to support her. I like the way she treats me. I really want these Disney jams, so I'm going to call so-and-so. So that's how we're going to get our business, honestly, ladies. Like, yes, we're always looking for new leads. We're always looking for new things. But we don't want to be attacking people. We want them to be attracted to us. So if you feel good about yourself, it's a natural way to start a conversation. So in the notes here, it says about how do you feel about the way you look. If you feel great about the way you look, it shows. If you aren't feeling great, change it. Cut your hair, get a new shirt, wear shoes that make you feel empowered, get out of your yoga pants. I know that's me. Like, some days I'm in my pajamas all day long. Hey, I work from home. But if I'm going out, I tend to binge errand run. Does that make sense? So on Friday, I had a list of 10 errands to do, and I had them numbered 1 to 10 in order of how I was going to go. But you better believe that day, yes, I was going to be out all day long. So I dressed up. I looked cute. I wore a necklace. I had makeup on. Whatever. Cute shoes. It's just because you don't know who you might run into while you're out. And make sure that you have cute nails, of course. That's something that we want to do. We want to have our cute nails so that people are attracted to us. Our nails are with us all the time. They're our biggest marketing tool. Nobody knows what kind of pizza cutter we have at our house, but they can see our nails and they know, oh, I like your nails. So when you're out and about, There's different things you can be doing. You can be contacting customers, you're meeting new people, building life relationships. I don't totally get this slide, but anyway, these are different things that I guess you're meeting new hosts and looking for parties and all those different things while you're out. This is a great quote. We are in the people business selling incredible. I need to comma. We are in the people business selling incredible products. So it's not about the product. Yes, it is, but it's also about the people. So we want to get to know the people. We want to connect with them. So did we make a connection when we were out? How can you attract people, not attack them? So more importantly, how do you teach your team to attract people and not attack? So first, inspect your tools and your team's tools. Oh, this is interesting. Must be the first time I'm reading this. Are your catalogs current? That seems like a no-brainer. But if you're using old catalogs, people don't necessarily have the all the knowledge that they need to know what the products are. Not to say that you can't, but if you do, make some kind of little note or the cute poem, something that says, not everything is here. I know there's lots of cute stuff out there, but check my website for the full list of products. Make sure your tools are clean. Make sure that when you go to these parties, you present yourself well, you look like a professional. Your image is important. You know, you're presenting the company when you go to parties, when you go to events, when you're out and about. I mean, if you don't have to be in a business suit. You don't have to be like hair, makeup, everything done, but be clean. You know, try not to be like 3 days without showering. I mean, this is just kind of common sense, ladies. I think everybody knows this, but you will need to feel confident to want to talk to people. So I know today I was on a coaching call. Hi, Denise, if you're listening. I was talking with Denise, and then I was like, oh man, I gotta run and go get Cooper. He's my youngest. So I was in my purple Jamberry capris and sneakers and socks. So that looked silly to start with. My Team Jam Stock t-shirt and my like teal Jamberry sweatshirt. No makeup, no hair done. And I like went and picked up my son, and I would have just stayed in the car and like just kind of waved to the teacher. But sure enough, the car seat was not in the seat where it needed to be because I had people in my car. So I had to get out, get his booster, move it. And I was so embarrassed for anybody to see me. First of all, I didn't match at all. And secondly, I wasn't really planning on seeing anybody. But if that was a time where another mom or somebody was there, I would not have felt confident enough to approach her about Jamberry or to talk about Jamberry. So, you know, at events, at different things, we want to dress one step up from the rest of the crowd. Does that make sense? So you don't want to necessarily be, I mean, if you're in like cute dark wash jeans with maybe a little boot or your blingy Jamberry t-shirt, you just want to look nice. Like you don't want to go just in sloppy and sneakers. You don't have to be in a formal, like a bridal party gown or whatever they're called, bridesmaid's gown. But you want to look professional and look nice so that no one will wonder why you look like that. So yes, dress one step up from where everybody else is. Are you present? This is one that's you know important to me. So are you what is this saying? Are you there? Are you available? I'm sorry, my husband just walked in and he's staring at me. Let me shut the door. That was embarrassing. He's listening to me, staring at me as I'm asking, are you present? And my mind is totally not present. So this is kind of a good idea. So coordinate your manicure with activities you attend. So if you're going to your son or daughter's baseball game, it'd be cute to wear a curveball or something that somebody might say, oh, I like your nails. You're not going to want to go and you're like, oh, I just mowed the yard and now I'm at this ball game. Look, every once in a while, something like that is fun, but we need to always be looking for opportunities to be meeting people, to see people. So when you go out, you may meet people that you could help fulfill a need. Maybe they just want a friendship. They want someone to talk to them. They want someone to pay attention to them. Maybe they would love adorable meals too. But you don't know that if you're not feeling confident enough to approach them or to talk to them or to meet them in the eye, which is how I felt today when I looked horrible going to pick up my son. I was really glad nobody stopped me. And you know what happened? I know this is crazy. I totally missed his dentist appointment. I got home at like 12:15 and I got a phone call. Mrs. Comstock, Cooper's appointment was at noon because I was so distracted by this Disney thing. Anyway, I was not present in my life today at all. So I wasn't feeling confident. I wasn't feeling like there's anybody I wanted to see. But when you are and when you're put together, you don't have to go spend a fortune to do that. You don't have to be Miss America, but just dress in a way that makes you feel confident. When you are, then when others, you're focusing on others, you're looking at them in the eye, you are representing this company just in how you behave, how you look. This is a funny thing. What happens when you have a Jamberry logo on your car and you're a bad driver? You know, like that's something that's going to make you be a little more present, maybe. Or if you're carrying a Jamberry logo bag, like is that something that like, oh, I don't want to be a bad reflection on my company because I'm carrying this? So is it you? Can you identify with this? Do you walk down the aisles looking at your phone in a hurry, checking Facebook, seeing what your notifications are, seeing if you had any orders? Are you present in the grocery store? I am guilty of this. I know that I purposely shop at Aldi because I can be in and out in 20 minutes. Like done. I've got it down to a science. I can get in and out, don't have to talk to anybody because my time is valuable. But if I were a little more focused, maybe there's somebody that might want to hear about the Jamberry opportunity. Maybe when I'm in Target, instead of just like spending so much time looking through the clearance racks, I could look around and look for people that might want some pretty nails. You never know. So this is a picture of three very pretty made-up ladies chatting in the aisle of the grocery store. They are connecting to each other. So maybe they were all shopping together. Doesn't look like they've done much shopping. Their baskets are empty. They must have just gotten there. But they're connecting. And that's what we need to focus on. This whole talk is about connecting with others and being present and being available. So you're in a sales position and your customers are all around you. If you get off your phone and take a chance to connect, sometimes you may meet somebody new. Once you have the great manicure, handbag, or haircut, you feel confident and you are ready to connect to others. So that's enough of that. Let's talk about, this is something that I think is very interesting. This is the DISC personality assessment. This is a great way to think about different personalities and how to connect with each of them. So as we go through them, and we'll be talking about them in our daily vitamins this week. That's why I didn't want to give you mine for today yet, because it was one of these. So we will go through the different ones, and I'm going to have you all take the assessment. There's several different websites that you can do online just to kind of see who you might be. You will see that you are probably a combination of a few of these different personality styles. You also see that one style will come to the top and be the dominant one. So let's cover these just briefly because we're going to talk about them more over the week. But the D personality, D stands for dominance. So this person is very results and goal driven. They're kind of direct, to the point. They might say when they're given the opportunity to sign up for Jamberry, all right, how much money can I make? What's possible? What's the end result? They don't necessarily need to know all the details that go into that. So if you're dealing with somebody like this as a potential new recruit, they may just say, all right, let me see the compensation plan. I want to know what's involved. What can I get out of this? You know, they may be competitive and very goal driven. They may see the trip, the incentive trip, as like, all right, I'm going to join for this. I have to tell you, that was me. So when I started in February of 2014, I was like, what? I could go to Mexico for free? I'm all over that. So that was one of my main reasons to join Jamberry, because hey, if they're going to send me to Mexico for free, I'm going to do it. So that is the D personality. The I stands for influence. So this person is enthusiastic and friendly and optimistic, and they might be the type that when you talk about Jamberry, they want to hear about the parties. So you could do this kind of party and then this, and then all the girls get together, and they're a lot more people oriented. So you see the way that our circle is. The I and the S are more people oriented. The D and the C might be more task oriented. The D and the I, somewhere in there, are kind of more outgoing. And then the C's and the S's are kind of reserved. So this is an interesting thing. Like, I am very strongly D with a lot of C and S and a little bit of I. I know that sounds funny. When I took my test, I didn't really want that, so I took it again and I got it again. I'm not about the parties. Like, let's just go and get it done. And I know that that sounds crazy in this kind of company, but the idea of Facebook parties and having to play games just does not appeal to me. I do it because that's my job, but I would rather just give them the facts. This is how things work. This is what you can get out of it, and this is the details of how to use them. So that's my D and my C coming through. So the S stands for steadiness. These people are sincere and patient and modest. So these are the people that when you are presenting the opportunity, they may say, well, I have to see. So what could this, like, what kind of effect will this have on my time with my family? They'll be thinking of that. They'll be thinking of, what amount of time can I put into this? You get to the C, which is compliance. So these people are accurate and cautious. They may need to look through the compensation plan a whole lot. They're going to have a lot of questions. They're going to think on it for a while. So it's just interesting how all these different people have different personalities. So you're going to want to understand these different personality types, and then that will help you better know how to relate to them, to understand them when you're, whether they're on your team or whether you are having a party with them, if they're your hostess, or even if they're one of your recruits. That will help you be able to tailor what you say and how you act and what you do with them. If you're a very strong like you like to party and it's so much fun, and you're telling that to the S person who's thinking, well, or maybe you talk to them about conference, and then we'll be doing this, and we'll have a sleepover, yay, and all these different things that we can be doing. And the S is thinking, oh, I'd have to leave my family. Or the C is thinking, well, who's going to be in my room, and how much is it going to cost, and I don't know if I have it in my budget. And then the D is like, all right, so what time do we need to be there? And okay, so I don't really want to get this. I don't want to do this beforehand because we need to be there at that time, and then we need to be sitting in these particular seats. So it's just really interesting as you think about all the different personalities, how they would handle different situations. So I flew through that stuff. There's a lot more. I don't even know what I said, so hopefully you guys got something from this. But there's a lot more that could have been said, but be listening for your daily vitamins over the rest of the week. And so I will do a post on the group, the World Jamination Power Jam group, for questions that the other team managers and I will try to answer your questions. We'll keep everything in one thread, and then we'll do the same thing for the homework. So I will definitely put your homework. I'll pin it to the top of the page like we did last week. So you're going to have a questions thread so we can keep everything all together. We'll pin your homework to the top of the page. Same thing applies as last week. So let's do a thread. How do we do this for your party changes so that there's not a zillion posts? You can be thinking, okay, what is something in your party that you can do to spice things up, to make it more fun, make it more functional, more appealing to others, whether you do all home parties and you need to figure out how to do a Facebook party for people that live elsewhere, or if you do all Facebook, maybe that could be your change that you want to start doing more. You want to get more of a balance. So you'll listen to your daily vitamin every day. Remember, there will be 2 on Wednesday. You'll have Tuesdays and Wednesdays tomorrow. And then you're going to share on Facebook in the thread that we have for you, your one party change. And then evaluate your party tools. This is not something you do on Facebook. This is for yourself. Think through what you have. What does your system look like, your setup look like? Whether it's an online script that you use, think of your images. Do things need to be freshened up? Do you just need to give everything a facelift? Or your home party. What could you do to make your home party tools more attractive? Whether it's a little display thing that you have, maybe your bag that you're carrying everything in. If you're carrying them in like the reusable grocery sacks, maybe you want to invest in a nicer bag or something that just looks a little bit more professional. You're going to share on Facebook your one connection change. Okay, so this will be your second thing that you have that you post on Facebook, and we'll also have a thread for that. So what will you do to connect with others more, so that you're more aware and available and there when your place is more focused, I guess, on others and not just at your task at hand. So this says here, review your phone recordings and email signatures. So that's up to you. I don't know that I even have an email signature. I probably should do that. So if you have an email signature, that would be really good, something to have that you can just have attached to the end of all of your emails, so you don't have to type out everything all at once. Sometimes you can put different images in there, a pretty picture, your website link. This is something else that if you want to, you can put on Facebook. So let's assess what your personality Assess what personality style is your strongest of the DISC. So there are several different DISC websites that you can use. So feel free to find those, and then we'll post them all in one thread just so that we don't have a ton of things happening on the page. And then that was all your mandatory assignments, your Part B homework. Remember, you can do multiple activities for each of these. So if you did 3 power hours, you could count them. You want to hold or close 1 party in the next 7 days, book 2 new parties for next month. That shouldn't be hard because that's March. March is a brand new catalog. Sponsor 1 new recruit in the next 7 days. Yay, that would be exciting. I would love to have you say that quite a few of you recruited somebody, and then make your 20 commercial calls. So that would be checking in with customers, seeing if they need anything. Remember, for Power Hour, you're doing outreach for bookings. You're maybe talking to different people that you need to follow up with, looking for vendor events, interviewing prospective hostesses or recruits, lots of different things you can do for Power Hour. But just focusing on your business for a solid hour every day is how that is. So let's see what else I have. This is a little long, so I'm going to try to wrap it up for you. So I think that's it. am so thankful that I had this opportunity, and I hope that you all learned something. I know it was a lot of information to cover really quickly, but I am looking forward to all of your Facebook posts and hearing everything that you have to say about the changes you're going to make or the different successes you've had. And I want to hear about your personality styles. I think that is just so fascinating. So have a great night, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week of Power Jam. And I look forward to seeing what you have for us this week. Okay, bye. Good night.